I don't know anything about the Order of Demolay, but someone whose research I respect uh, posted about it in connection with Thomas Massey, who we like so much because he was a huge advocate for releasing the Epstein files, right? And they make him out to be such a good guy. But apparently, Thomas Massey is affiliated with the Order of Demolay. And let's read about what that is. Here's a clear overview of the main controversies and criticisms that have been associated. This is from ChatGPT, so obviously verify everything because AI is fake and gay. With the Order of Demolay International, a Masonic affiliated youth organization for young men ages 12 to 21. Sounds harmless, I'm sure. Organizational and governance disputes. A notable recent controversy occurred in Arizona 2025 when the Grand Master of the state's Arizona. I was just listening to a podcast about some politicians from Arizona that might be involved in child trafficking. When the Master of the State's Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons issued an edict cutting off recognition of the local Demolay organization, citing a loss of faith and trust in Demolay International and its associated state foundation. This stemmed from concerns over the makeup of the foundation's board, multiple members from one family, and perceived governance issues. The edict was later rescinded after the dispute was resolved. Wow, a lot of stumbling over the words already, but we're going to try to get through it. Governance and transparency issues. Independent charity rating sites point out governance weakness in Demolay International's nonprofit structure, such as lack of certain key board policies, whistleblower and conflict of interest policies. Guessing they have a way to silence people pretty quickly, and limited accessible financial documentation. Like maybe who's funding them, guessing that's hidden. This has led some reviewers to score the organization lower on transparency and accountability metrics, though it remains operational and legitimate, right? That's how they commit all their crimes, through legitimate businesses. Safety, hazing, and youth protection. Like many youth organizations, Demolay has strict youth protection policies and publicly emphasizes training, background checks, and supervision to protect members. However, on discussion forums and social media, there are occasional anecdotal claims about rough initiation practices or hazing by some chapters, though others strongly emphasize that hazing is against Demolay's rules and that such behavior should be reported and is grounds for disciplinary action. I just want to say there's a difference between, like some fun hazing and, rape, right? So, these, and just to clarify that point too, hazing should never be sexual in nature. If someone's calling it hazing and there's any sexual element involved, that's harassment, right? So just to clarify that point too. Important, these claims are informal and not indicative of official policy or widespread practice. You guys think Kash Patel violated any of those hockey players? That's rumor. It's not even a rumor. I'm just talking out loud. But you know what Kash Patel is not doing? This is not rumor. Kash Patel is not arresting anyone. Perceptions and mischaracterizations. Some online discussions have described Demolay as secretive, cult-like, or overly religious, largely because of its Masonic origins, ritual elements, and requirement that members acknowledge a higher spiritual power. Yep, sounds like the Freemasons. These perceptions are often subjective and come from outsiders unfamiliar with fraternal youth programs. Membership and inclusivity debates. There have been debates in the past and some online commentary about the organization's membership policies, including whether to admit girls or how to respond to changing social norms. For example, some past internet commentary alleged that Demolay took steps towards transgender. I was just gonna. It's so funny. Before I even read it, I was gonna say something about the transgender shit in symbolic ways, but such accounts are not official and state from years ago. Demolay International is a long-standing youth leadership organization with Masonic ties, not a secret society or illicit group, and has been a legal nonprofit since the 1990s. Many controversies arise in online forums or local disputes rather than being broad systemic scandals. Yeah, I mean, if you got a bunch of local disputes and it's happening at quite a clip and frequency that is unusual, I would say that's a systemic or organizational problem. The organization has established youth protection policies to address safety issues and states strong commitment to accountability. So I don't know, just another organization that's got a dark cloud over it, I guess. But the big takeaway for me is that Thomas Massey, a guy who is, obviously propped up as one of the people in government doing the right thing, has ties to this organization, and that doesn't automatically mean anything. But at the same time, how many times do we just see the same patterns repeated?